There is one thing most people get wrong about AI. They think AI is coming to replace skilled people, but that is not the most dangerous part. The dangerous part is this: AI doesn't make skilled people disappear. It makes average people easier to see. And once you see that, the future of work starts to look very different. For the last few years, the question has been repeated everywhere. Will AI take my job? But that question is too simple. Because jobs are not single objects. They are bundles of tasks, habits, decisions, communication, taste, judgment, speed, and responsibility. AI does not enter your career like a thief in the night. It enters quietly. First, it writes the email, then it summarizes the meeting, then it builds the slide, then it drafts the report, then it generates the image, then it writes the code you said was too hard to start. And slowly, something uncomfortable happens. The work that used to make someone look competent becomes basic. Before AI, average work had many hiding places. A long email could look thoughtful. A slow report could look careful. A busy calendar could look important. A messy process could look complex. A person could spend 3 days producing something that was never actually great, just acceptable. And in many companies, acceptable was enough. Because everyone was busy, everyone was overloaded, everyone was comparing humans to other humans. But AI changes the comparison. Now your first draft is not compared to another tired employee. It is compared to a machine that can produce a clean version in seconds, not perfect, but fast, structured, polished, available. That changes the meaning of average. This is why AI feels so strange. It does not only replace weak output, it raises the floor of what weak output looks like. A basic summary is no longer a skill. A decent email is no longer impressive. A generic caption is no longer creative. A clean presentation is no longer proof of strategic thinking, because now almost anyone can generate the surface. And when everyone can generate the surface loses value. The real question becomes, what can you see that AI cannot see? What can you decide that AI cannot own? What can you judge when the machine gives you 10 polished options? That is where skill moves, not from human to machine, from execution to judgment. The new divide is not simply people who use AI versus people who don't use AI. That is too shallow. The real divide is people who use AI to cover their weakness versus people who use AI to amplify their strength. Average people use AI to produce more average work, faster. Skilled people use AI to test ideas, sharpen decisions, remove friction, and move closer to the real problem. That difference looks small at first, but over time it becomes brutal, because AI gives everyone speed, but speed without taste only produces faster mediocrity. Speed without judgment only produces confident noise. Speed without discipline only produces more things nobody asked for. Here is the uncomfortable truth. AI may help average people look better in the short term, but in the long term it makes average harder to hide, because when the tool can write, design, summarize, analyze, and generate, the question becomes, why did you choose this? Why does this matter? What is the insight? What is the risk? What should be removed? What should not be automated? What does the client actually need? What is the human consequence? AI can produce options, but it cannot carry your taste. It cannot build your reputation. It cannot take responsibility for your judgment. And that is the part many people avoid. They do not fear AI because it is intelligent. They fear AI because it removes excuses. This is why AI is not just a tool, it is a mirror. If you have clear thinking, AI reflects it faster. If you have weak thinking, AI exposes it faster. If your taste is sharp, AI gives you more material to shape. If your taste is generic, AI gives you more generic material to publish. If you understand the problem, AI becomes leverage. If you don't understand the problem, AI becomes decoration. And decoration is dangerous because it looks like progress. A beautiful slide can hide an empty strategy. A polished article can hide a weak idea. A cinematic video can hide nothing to say. AI makes the outside cleaner, but it does not automatically make the inside stronger. That is the trap. So what becomes valuable now? Not memorizing tools. Tools change, not collecting prompts. Prompts expire. Not pretending to be an AI expert because you watch 3 tutorials. That will age badly. What becomes valuable is deeper. Taste, judgment, domain knowledge, clear writing, problem selection, emotional intelligence, strategic thinking, the ability to ask better questions, the ability to know when the output is wrong, the ability to say, this looks good, but it is not true. AI will make production cheaper, but it will make discernment more expensive, and that is where the future worker separates from the replaceable worker. The safest person in the AI era is not the person who avoids AI, and it is not the person who blindly uses every AI tool. The safest person is the one who becomes harder to fake. Harder to fake because their thinking is specific. Harder to fake because their taste has a signature. Harder to fake because they understand people, systems, incentives, and consequences. Harder to fake because they can turn AI output into human value. That is the real skill gap. Not can you use AI, but can you still create value when everyone can use AI? So no, AI will not make skilled people disappear. Skilled people will become more visible. The strategist who can think clearly, the designer who can feel what is off, the writer who has something real to say, the operator who understands what actually moves a business, the creator who knows the difference between attention and meaning. They will not disappear, they will have leverage. But the average worker, the one who only copied formats, followed instructions, waited for permission, produced safe work, and called it professionalism. That person is about to become easier to see, not because AI hates them, because AI removes the fog. The question is not, will AI replace you? The better question is, when AI removes the easy parts of your work, what is left? Because whatever is left, that is probably your real value. And if nothing is left, AI did not replace you. It revealed you.